Oh, I haven't started recording yet. Got it. Suspicious. You can't go together. Was suspicious mind, but it's life. Okay, we're a few minutes away. Before we start the show. Okay, in that case, let me share it for people. Gone in the trap. Can't run back. Hold on, have you cut your hair?
No.
Oh, thank God.
Why?
Some good hair. That was good mullet growth. I was highly impressed.
It's all tied up like a little Japanese boy.
David San. We can go on to get. Oh my God, I swap out his profile. Facebook. Do to me. And Twitter. I should probably log into there as well. Got in the trap.
What are we doing? What's going on?
I'm just sharing the show while we've got a few minutes before start time.
It says we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, we are live. Like it's broadcasting, but it's not recording yet. So don't fart.
There's still people watching, don't there?
Oh yeah, but it's the warm up time. We can go on together. Was suspicious.
This Iron Fist thing about a cartoon, comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not reading about that though.
You will. You'll like it. Actually, you'll like the story.
But you can tell the story.
Right. Okay.
It's on Disney Plus now.
What is?
Predator.
All of them are.
Yeah.
Except for the new series, which is coming out soon. Right, almost there. Okay, the countdown has begun. We're a minute away from takeoff. Okay, here we go now. Clock start. Record, yeah. Woo! Oh! Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time of the week, that glorious Monday. I know it's been difficult. You've had storms, you've had politics. God, we've almost had World War III, but you're about to get Naked Dave. No, you're about to get hot and flustered the stories we've got. The entertainment news, the film news, the trailers. Why? Because it's the boys from Bossk. We've been hunting down the best stories, the best news to bring you and talk about them in our own distinctive way. I'm joined by the amazing, the mighty Lil D in the house. What up, Lil D? How you doing? You all right? What, you gonna shine it? Oh.
No, that's how you do it, right?
And always, I'm CJ. Well, as I'm CJ Strange today, because the most exciting thing happened over.
You've always been strange.
Absolutely, without a doubt, because that's how I roll. Welcome to the show. It's, as always, live and uncut, and then you will put it on a little podcast for you later. It's been an interesting week. The top story I didn't even put on the sheet. I completely forgot to, but we'll talk about that during the show. And I think, yeah, we'll go through it. But you'll see. Dave, what's been the most entertaining part of your week, apart from Boris Johnson lying again?
20 Jaeger bombs on Saturday night, I think.
How many Jaeger bombs?
A lot. Still feeling it.
I'm sure you said 20.
Yeah, probably. Must have had about that.
I thought you hit your 40s already.
Yeah, I have, and I'm
How are
regretting
you
it.
drinking? Please, how are you drinking 20? What?
Drunk a lot. That happens when you go to Bristol for the weekend. It's like the girls gone wild.
What, did you run around with your top off?
No, well, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I wouldn't be surprised. No, the most entertaining part of my week actually was the new trailer for Baz Luhrmann's Elvis dropped. Now, hold on. I know what you're thinking, all right?
Who's Baz Luhrmann? Who's
Elvis?
Elvis?
Those of movie knowledge are not doing that. Baz Luhrmann's
Who's
famous
Elvis?
for a lot of films. No, but why would I want to watch?
Is he like Eminem?
Film? He was the Eminem of his time. He took black music and took it to the masses of white folks that wouldn't listen to black people. And he turned it into a huge beast of a thing. So most of you, your parents, ask your parents who Elvis is. Elvis was the Beatles before the Beatles. He was like the first of his age. He was the first like superstar of his peers. Like there was nothing like Elvis. Elvis was a one-man Beatles. He literally, I think he made like
eating a sandwich.
Huh?
Died eating a sandwich.
A hamburger, I believe, or a beef burger, or one or the other. It was quite tragic. His passing in a way. But before that, he did a hell of a lot. It's not like he literally, I think I wouldn't say he started off rock and roll, but he brought it to the masses, and he made it palatable for certain audiences. He had quite
sexy.
Huh?
He made it sexy.
Well, no, it was already sexy. He just made it sexy so they'd allow little white girls to watch it. Obviously, it had to be back then. Obviously, in the States, it was segregation and all the rest of it. And normally, I wouldn't watch a film like that because I never like the fact when they usually tell Elvis's story, they don't really give voice to the fact that the origins of where he came from. The music was black. But in this film, they don't seem to be shying away from it at all. And that, to me, has made it quite exciting. He was dubbed the king of rock and roll at one point. And like I said, he's probably the most significant social icon of the 20th century. One of the few stars to have his songs remixed into, what was it, JLX done that one? A Little Less Conversation? JLX. Do you remember them? They remixed one of his songs, A Little Less Conversation. Do you remember that? No?
It was Junkie, something Junkie.
Yes, that was it. I thought it was
Junkie FX, I think it was called.
I think when did he pass? He passed in 1977. He's still got huge amounts of fans. Graceland is where his home that he bought was. But you're not allowed upstairs where the toilet was for all the little freaky people out there where he actually passed. But this film, I don't know what it is about Baz Luhrmann. He has hits and misses. Like Romeo and Juliet is one of my favorite films.
That was quite good. One with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, one of my favorite films. But then he had films like Australia,
with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah,
and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that one.
What?
That doesn't appear on our show.
Well, yeah, hopefully, Hugh Jackman might pop into our film at some point. But the trailer dropped this week, and I have to say, Baz Luhrmann's been one of those people, I give him credit, especially coming from Australia, he really does go in strongly about the way he treated Aborigines, and he seems to come across quite strongly when it comes to how they've treated ethnic minorities. So he might be the perfect director to do this. But I just love the way this trailer is, because it starts off really like, something about you, kid. Are you ready to fly? And it just builds and builds and builds. And it really seems to get a sense of what it meant to be the first of his kind. Do you know what I mean? In the audience, the girls are like, ah! If you did that in a film normally, you wouldn't really feel it. You'd like, that's why they're screaming. But Baz seems to have done something where I think this might be a huge hit. I was very surprised that they'd make a film like this at this point, but the trailer looks fantastic. And it's got Tom Hanks in it as well.
There you go. That's very cool. COVID doing this film, right?
And when his son, so yeah, when his son said he didn't have a good father figure growing up, I was like, Tom Hanks, really? Mr. Hanks, best father figure you could have, but there you go. So his films, Strictly Ballroom was the first one. That was 1992 for Baz. Did you ever watch that one? Huh?
Yeah, it was a good film.
Yeah, then Romeo and Juliet.
That was a good film.
Then my favorite, Moulin Rouge. I will love you.
Yeah, that's not my sort of thing.
Oh, no. Okay. And then the one we mentioned, Australia.
Yeah.
Then The Great Gatsby, which I still haven't met anybody who's watched it.
That was okay. I've watched it.
Well, you watched it?
Some of it.
I know it had a great soundtrack, but
a great cast as well.
Who was in it? It was Leonardo?
Leonardo DiCaprio again, yeah.
Who else?
I can't remember. Long time ago.
Hold on. Leonardo, Tobey Maguire, Carey Mulligan, Joel Edgerton. Oh, Eggsy.
Big cast.
Is that Eggsy from Jason Clarke, Ilsa Fisher, and Elizabeth Debicki? I don't know, Aussie. But anyway, that was the last, before that was the last one. So this is going to be a bit of a comeback for him, isn't it? Because that was in 2013.
Another musical.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm sorry, I've never been excited about Elvis, but I'm caught in a trap.
The soundtrack will be good. The soundtrack will be good.
I hope so. I mean, like I said, I think the actor they've got to play him.
I don't know anyone that doesn't like Elvis's music. And if they don't like it, then they're idiots.
I had issues. And look, I had issues. So Austin Butler. Now, Austin Butler is quite a newbie to the scene. He's done a lot of bit parts. The biggest thing he's done was Shannara, which was cancelled after 2 seasons.
Are you sure? I think Hannah Montana was a lot bigger.
Did he do Hannah Montana?
Yeah.
Caught in a trap. Austin Butler. I can't look back. Hannah Montana. Did he do the Hannah? Aliens in the Attic. Oh no, he was in Hannah Montana for 2 episodes.
Yeah, it's better than no episodes.
Okay. Well, I guess so. But yeah, he's well. This is going to be his big movie then. It looks so good. I think it might be up for Oscars. But as with Baz Luhrmann, always he doesn't tend to. I don't think he does too well in the Oscars round of things. But I hope this one's a goodie, and I hope it's a big hit because I'm certainly.
No one does well in the Oscars unless you make a really bad film, or your budget is like 900 million.
No, they've rewarded bad films before. But I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. But that was the trailer for Elvis that launched this week, and I think everybody should get a little bit excited about.
Okay, well done, you.
What have you got for us, Dave?
Nothing. I'm a zombie.
No, you're not. Come on. I know you're excited underneath there, Dave. Come on.
Somewhere.
What was the one story that got you excited this week?
The one story that got me excited this week.
Yeah, just
I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, nothing's got me excited this week.
I don't believe you. Something must have, because there was a lot of good news out there. You saw I know we spoke about the Doctor Strange trailer. Did we talk about the trailer?
No, maybe. I can't remember.
Because the Doctor Strange trailer dropped, and old Professor X is
yeah, we did talk about
certainly going to be in it. Although Marvel's known for playing tricks, so I don't take anything from the trailers. Only that Patrick Stewart's voice appeared on the back of his head, and it could mean lots of other characters appear. Some people have said that what's his name, Deadpool, might make an appearance. Captain Carter's shield's been spotted in there, so it should be all pretty exciting. But that seemed as much as the excitement was going to get. But there's more. I haven't watched any of it. I've only watched maybe 5 minutes of it so far. But the remake of Bel Air. Have you watched any of that, Dave? Did you watch any of that?
I gave you a review of it last week.
All right.
Are we doing last week's show all over again?
Well, you've still got it in there. You said that you put Bel Air adds a dangerous twist to Uncle Phil and Jeffrey.
Yeah, that was this week. That was today's episode 4.
So, I'm waiting for you.
Waiting for what?
What happened? What was the twist?
I haven't watched it yet.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those rare moments when I thought you'd watched it. That's why you put it there. Okay. All right. Well, we'll come back to that.
I was going to watch it, and then I started watching Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
I didn't think you were a Texas Chainsaw Massacre kind of guy.
Sometimes you just need a shitty
Did
horror
you ever watch the original?
Back in the 80s. Maybe once or twice in the 90s when I was drunk or stoned.
What made you watch this then?
It was there.
All right, any good?
The good thing about it is only on for 114 minutes.
Okay, I've never been.
And that's on Netflix time, so that's like an hour and 20 minutes. So it's quite good.
I've never been into.
So it was a short film, so much, but yeah? it was just a slasher.
Okay.
It's just people getting chopped up everywhere. There was no real story. It's just a slasher.
Well, they took a visit to the butchers, and that looks like a leg.
Yeah, the black guy didn't die till second this time, so.
Well, he was the second person to die.
Yeah. Well, fourth. Yeah, fourth person.
I guess that's a step up.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a step up. I can't remember which film I watched with the black guys. There's 2 black men in it. Oh, The Quiet Place.
Yeah, he died straight away.
The cop dies, but what gets me is the other guy. He's on the island, dies in the most ridiculous way, and I was like, "Really? You're gonna take my man out like that?" Yeah,
is that the one that was helping the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a bit disappointing.
Yeah, he done all that hard work, and they just took him out.
Right. While broadcasting, obviously, if you have any questions for us, just drop them in the comment section. Or drop me an email. The choice is yours. I'm not fussed. But
Comic-Con's this week, isn't it?
Yes, we are going to be hitting Comic-Con this week. I don't know. Did you look at who was going to be there? This?
Doctor Who.
Which one? The current?
Yeah. Well, the last year's one.
She's still the Doctor, I believe. She still hasn't been replaced as of yet.
All right.
Longest running Doctor?
No.
Yeah, I think she's been the longest running. Yeah.
She's only
of
been
the
doing
new
like
age.
A couple of years.
Huh? Yeah, but most of them, remember, what's her name was only in it for 2 years.
That tall guy was in it for ages.
No, he was in it for 1 season.
Really?
The first one. Remember when the series came back? He was in it for 1 season. Then Tennant took over.
The really young guy. Really posh.
He was in it.
I
think he was only in it for a couple of seasons. A lot of them left early.
He was a good Doctor.
You probably had he was the last of the good budget Doctors. Like when the BBC put money into Doctor Who, so they didn't have to film it in the same place, episode after episode. He was one of the last of the goodies in that sense. But no, look,
what's his name? Matt Smith or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. Matt Smith. Yeah, Matt Smith was all right. I enjoyed him. But
that's what I was on about. The tall one.
This Doctor's been okay. I just think they could have done with more money to tell bigger stories, which would have been nice. But I've liked her. She's been good. Right. What's this? Andrew Garfield, your favorite Spider-Man. There have been hints that they're going to do Spider-Man 3, but he says he's too old.
He is too old. He is too old.
Yeah, but you can play an older Spider-Man.
No.
You just hate him. Stop it.
Don't waste my time or budget.
You got to stop hating him.
The guy can't act. Apart from in that Heartbreak Ridge or whatever.
Look, I think leave Garfield alone. Stop hating on him. I think he redeemed himself in No Way Home.
I just won't be a bully then.
Huh?
I won't bully him.
Leave him alone. He done nothing to hurt you except be in films with Mel Gibson. And that's, fair enough. I'd have issues with that. But no, I think you can afford to play nice. Right, where were you? Obi-Wan, you looking forward to that, Dave?
I don't know. I was. But after The Mandalorian, I'm not sure.
Really? I thought you enjoyed
Yeah.
the Mandalorian.
Half of not Mandalorian, Boba Fett.
I thought you enjoyed. Look, hold on a second.
Told you I enjoyed 4 episodes out of 7, so that's not a big
What did you like about the other 3?
They were boring. Just ask the Star Wars nerds. Ask the community.
They just hate all. Star Wars nerds hate everything.
No, they like the 5 and 6.
No, they hate everything. Except when they hear about Darth Maul, because Darth Maul's so amazing, even though he got cut down in the first episode, first film he appeared in. Now, apparently he's going to be appearing in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, but Darth Maul has got a great backstory. As you see in the Clone Wars and Rebels.
Oh, yeah, but he still got taken out like a punk in the very first
Well, that's the trouble. All the baddies get taken out like punks, even though they're badasses.
No,
Because the good guy always has to win.
Took a lot of work. The Emperor took a lot of work. It took 6 films to get rid of the Emperor in the end.
And he still didn't wield a lightsaber.
6 films to get rid of the Emperor.
Not once did he put a lightsaber up.
Yeah, he did. In episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Oh, yes. Call yourself a Star Wars fan. Boom. You forgot that, didn't you? Reason it is, then, my friends.
I tried deleting that movie out of my head. No.
Get to the spaceship. No, I can understand that. But it's not the worst. Well, Attack of the Clones is by far the most painful film to watch.
All 3 of them are painful to watch.
No, the first one's all right. It's got, apart from all the politics stuff.
The first one was all
which
right.
could have been done a bit better.
All the pod racing and everything else.
Yeah. No, the pod race is for me, a bit of a highlight.
The stupid slave trader.
What, the anti-Semitic? Yeah, come on, I have some money for you.
Annoying.
Who wrote that? Who's like that?
The skinny Jabba the Hutt that just looked like a ball of plasticine.
No, I think the problem with the
even though
first
it's
one is that
digitally enhanced.
basically nobody feels like they're acting apart from Ewan McGregor. And
he overacted.
Yeah, no. If you watch Ewan McGregor from the first to the second film, he becomes more. He is acting. Liam Neeson, again, I think
just Liam Neeson. Just Liam Neeson. He just does the same thing.
He pulled it off quite well. I just think that too much of the story wasn't being told on the screen, and that was my issue with it. There was too much going on in the background. And more of it should have been told on screen. Like there was no point in pretending like the Emperor wasn't the Emperor. We knew the Emperor was the Emperor, and they kept like, "Oh, we've got a little surprise for you." No. There's no need for that.
He was a senator. Leave him alone.
Yeah. But I think it just could have been told a little bit better, which is why you needed the Clone Wars in the end to clean up a lot of that film.
Sorry. Oh, I can't see what I'm doing.
Well, not the first time you've done that.
Sorry. Just carry on rabbling on for a minute.
I don't rabbit on. I'm a conversationalist. So how dare you? Well, this is not amateur hour. This is where the professionals come to talk. Because that's what we do, Dave. We chat away.
Professionals get paid, right?
Yeah, eventually, when they,
So why have you taken your camera off? You're just so professional.
No, I was being professional, so that's why I put my camera off for a second. Otherwise, I would have stopped being professional. Now, Hugh Jackman, I know you absolutely love Hugh Jackman. Would you want to see him again as Wolverine?
I would like to see him again as a cameo of Wolverine. I think. I don't think he'll be as good as Wolverine now. I think he's a bit old because Wolverine's not meant to age and stuff.
True, but they could do it in the
And
multiverse thing.
he's
Old
aging.
man.
He's aging quite a lot now.
I think he is. I think he's still looking after the old chap.
No, but he's looking after his body and everything else wise. But I don't think facially he's going to have to need lifters and stuff, isn't it?
Well, no, they could do what they did with what's his name, Robert Downey Jr. Just more makeup. Yeah. Like if you ever go back to the first Avengers film,
I think he said he doesn't want to do it. Oh, because it takes a big toll on his body.
Patrick
I understand
Stewart
that.
Said he didn't want to do. Patrick Stewart said he didn't want to do Professor X again. But look who's there. Perhaps we should tell him the truth.
Well, and I reckon Patrick Stewart says he doesn't want to do it because he doesn't want to get typecast at 95 years old, does he?
Hence Picard season 3.
Yeah.
Do you know what?
If someone waves a £20 million check in front of your face, you say, "Yeah, I'll do it for 5 minutes."
Oh yeah. I reckon Hugh Jackman, in actual fact, they'll just do what they do with all the other Marvel characters. Give him a suit. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's what they're wearing. All of them have got muscle suits now. They're not like walking around going, "Yeah, I'm going to train."
It won't be a big role anyway. It won't be a big role. It'll be a small role.
Yeah, probably just in to swear like he did in the first Class.
Yeah, like something like that. Yeah, just fuck off.
Fuck off. That was it. But I reckon they'll have him in at some point because if they're going to have Deadpool, they're going to.
I think it'd be him and Deadpool, and it'd be Deadpool taking the piss out of him.
Well, there's lots of rumors. So
because he left Wade Wilson inside the case, didn't he?
Yeah.
So
you've got Ben Affleck. They're saying he might make a turn in
as Daredevil.
I watched that film again recently, and it's bad. And obviously, Tom Cruise is the big guess everybody's got for Tony Stark.
Probably everyone goes on about this Tom Cruise business. It's like, dude, I just don't give a shit.
You don't even get a little bit excited.
No, because it's not the Tom Cruise show.
So what?
It's not his movie. If he was good enough, he would have got the part. He just wasn't good enough. Yeah. So, end of story. Go and fly your plane. Go and jump off a building.
Tom Cruise
you're an action hero. You're not part. He is, but he's not a Marvel man. Sorry. Just get in the plane and fly, baby.
Well, Top. What is it? Top Gun's coming out soon, isn't it? This year.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, it was meant to come out last year.
Mission Impossible actually is meant to be coming out soon.
Yeah. Apparently. So he could have a big year.
He could be probably his most successful year.
Because he's still filming the new Mission Impossible again. He's filming another one.
He's filmed
back to back,
didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, back to back.
So I reckon it's going to be interesting. I'd be surprised if the next Mission Impossible films could actually make a lot of money. If he pulls it off, I'd be really impressed. Because out of all the Mission Impossibles, I think my favourite one's the third one.
One was that Rogue Nation?
No, it's the one where the actor who died. Let me get
the actor who died.
Mission Impossible 3. Here we go. Philip Seymour.
The second one was good.
No, the second one was
that was good. And the first one was good.
That one's the most like Fast and Furious. I'm not surprised. No, Mission Impossible 3 is my favorite one. That's the one where you get Philip Seymour Hoffman playing a superb villain. And actually, at one point, feeling like he might get the better of Tom Cruise.
He was one in the Hunger Games, wasn't
he? Yeah, he was in the Hunger Games as well. But in this one, he's like,
no, I remember who. I can see his face now.
What's your name? Have you got a girlfriend? Because I'm gonna find your girlfriend, and I'm gonna kill your girlfriend. Absolutely, like, not that I'm encouraging the killing of girlfriends, but my name's not Chris Brown, and I'm just saying it was just a great villain for a share moment. And Simon Pegg started coming to his own as well in that franchise. Because I think
he just done Star Trek, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that was no. He hadn't. Had he done Star Trek by then?
No, he done Run Fat Boy Run, wasn't it? And that's where he started getting his American audience.
No, that was he started getting his American audience from Shaun of the Dead.
Really?
Yeah, they love and what's it? What's the show he did? Spaced.
Space. I love Space.
They love Spaced in the States.
Really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, that was when they started because there was that episode which was set off. We watched the Phantom Menace, and he burns all his Star Wars figures, and then that's where people remember from. That's why he keeps getting put in background scenes in Star Wars. So yeah, that was pretty big. But yeah, Simon Pegg. I got time for the Pegg stuff. Who's currently in The Boys as pops up in The Boys at least once a season. Right. Where were you? The Punisher. Right, so The Punisher, apparently rumor has broken that The Punisher will be appearing in a new series and that will be going to Hulu. I know the Moon Knight is going to be rated 14 and over. I'm surprised if they make a Punisher and I'll take it to Hulu.
It's gonna be on Disney Plus Star over here.
Yeah. It'll be a Disney Plus Star. Hopefully it's the start of them bringing back the other characters. It'll be interesting if they recast some of them. I've heard rumor that Jessica Jones is going to be recast. And I wouldn't be surprised if they recast Luke Cage. Not because they're not great actors or anything, but I just think that maybe a case of age-wise, they're like, we need to get the younger crowd in and all the rest of it. But we shall see. But I'm surprised they don't just do it on Moon Knight's going to be on Disney. So I'm surprised they don't just put it in with that lot, because I think those characters would work quite well together.
Yeah, but I think this is going to be like rated R. So it's going to have to go on Disney Star.
Oh, maybe. Or just like, well, yeah, it has to go on Disney Star. But
yeah, so if you put on a kid's profile, you don't get Disney Star programs.
Yeah, but then I think they need to maybe put Moon Knight there, because they're promising a lot with Moon Knight in terms of violence and adult material. And it's going to be interesting if it's going to be, like, can the Punisher be even more stronger than that? But we'll see. We'll see. The Punisher, I'm looking forward to him coming back. I'll be interested to see if they change his logo for a new series.
Because it's one of those things, isn't it? Because you got like Disney Star, you got all films and stuff on there, like Die Hard and all that. So you now got Predator, that's quite gory.
Yeah.
So got all these horror films on there.
No, I'm just intrigued to see if they recently changed his chest logo in the comic books.
Oh, I know that. It looks damn right disgusting.
To see if they're going to do it in the series. I quite like it, but I get why they've done it. I mean, look, American police officers should be wearing the Punisher logo.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah,
but
yeah, they could have done a better job.
you think they're still not going to change that badge to the new badge?
I think some of them are too thick.
It's not hard, is it?
I think you overestimate how dumb some of these cops are, Dave. I think they'll put up, but I can't do the horns. But we'll see. They've not only changed his logo, he no longer carries a gun. He's a sword. He's carrying a big sword. So it'll be interesting to see how that works comic book wise. Because the Punisher character that was looking really dated. So it'll be interesting to see if they can not only update his style, but update him to a younger audience. So, what else is there? Right. I love the fact that you keep bringing me these trailers and they're getting me excited, right? And I find out that they're just concept trailers.
These are trailers.
They're not. I know there's no trailer for Guardians of the Galaxy 3 yet. So I'm going to look at this trailer.
There is a teaser trailer. You need to watch it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dave's brought me a trailer, right? And he said it's Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Okay, I'll put the link on the podcast so you can go and look for it yourself. But you can tell it's not, because it clearly says Screen Culture, and Screen Culture keep making fake ones, right?
They make a load of fake ones.
Yeah, and
it's fun.
You fall in the trap every time, so I'm looking at it now.
I haven't fallen in no trap.
Caught in the trap. Yeah, right, okay. I can already, I can tell this is a fake. They've got a guy in it who's going to be playing Adam Warlock, right? Now, Adam Warlock in the comic books is this big godlike, not godlike, sort of like he's like space Jesus, right? He's got all these special powers connected to the Infinity Gauntlet. And the reason I know this is a fake, right, is because they've taken shots from the Disney show Dope Sick, where that character's in a suit. And totally not connected to the film. And I'm like, well, it's fair enough. Look, I get it. Can you stop falling for the traps, Dave? Because clearly because they're just taking clips from Dope Sick.
I just had to throw something up there for you.
They're taking clips from Dope Sick, Guardians 2 and Guardian of the Galaxy, the first one. No, they're great concepts. I've got no issue with it. But obviously, stop getting me excited, Dave. I'm easily excitable.
Watched it, though, didn't you?
Yeah, of course I did. Right, so coming up, also Transformers. IDW Comics has had the license for that for a while. It's coming to an end, and they're going to do, sadly, Mike's not here, but IDW also done.
Maybe you should save the story for Mike.
Well, no, he can watch the show. He's watching us now.
I bet he's not.
He's got up in his pub.
I bet he's drinking about 12 pints.
No, because he's got up in his pub. You've got Transformers, the last Transformer is going to be their last comic book, IDW, because obviously the whole franchise is moving over to Skybound Comics, which in a way is kind of sad, but it's the way things go. So that's all coming to an end soon. And they're doing it sort of like The Last Ronin, which was a Ninja Turtles, very successful Ninja Turtle story of the last Ninja Turtle. And that's going to be coming out in the next couple of months. And obviously that's something to look out for if you're a Transformers fan, when a big change is coming. Why are you putting your lumberjack on?
Hold that here, mate.
Oh, Dave's in the shed. I keep forgetting that. Now, everybody's favorite superhero, and I mean favorite superhero, and officially, I think we can call him this, a superstar.
Who's this?
Tom Holland. Why? Because Tom Holland not only has
favorite superhero.
Yeah, he's everybody's favorite superhero.
That's not my favorite superhero.
What, did you go and watch Spider-Man?
Yeah, but it doesn't make him my favorite superhero.
You put money towards that movie now being the third most successful film ever. Third, it's taken over from Avatar, right? And why
That's not hard though, is it?
Well, yeah, nobody else managed it.
Yeah, but
apart from Avengers Infinity War.
Have you seen Avatar?
Endgame. Yeah.
And you liked it?
Lots of people did.
All right, watch it again now.
Well, no, I don't need to watch it again. It's not like you forget any of it. I can quote you line for line.
Should we just like have sex with our hair bands and link up to the tree?
You're so cynical. When did you become so cynical?
Come on, man.
But anyway, back
I knew it wouldn't last.
Back to everybody's favorite hero, Tom Holland. His film now stands.
He's not everyone's favorite hero.
This film now stands as the third most successful movie of all time, but it's still in the cinema, and apparently it's going to get a new cut, a new director's cut being released soon as well.
Why?
That film.
That's just being greedy, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that film, right, has now got another challenger at the box office, Uncharted. Badly reviewed, but steaming in at 44 million in the States on its opening. 44 million. If Tom Holland isn't officially a superstar now, I don't know what else you could call it. He literally, that's if you look at how that film's been met by, reviewers, that's huge. Like 44 million on its first weekend. That's ridiculous amount of money. Worldwide, internationally, it made 88 million. Bringing a grand total of 139 million worldwide. And that's a film that didn't get reviewed very well.
Okay, is that because the kids are all off school and they had to do something because it was wet and cold?
No, I think the movie audience are hungry.
Or is
for a
it
bit
because
of-
countries like Canada are now allowed out? So they're like, oh, let's go and watch a movie. I ain't watched a movie in 6-7 months.
Well, don't you? Are you not? You don't? I thought you liked Tom.
I do.
Why are you so cranky? Okay,
I'm not
what happened?
cranky. I'm just
Did
saying
something
this is
happen?
is this like really high because
Yeah, that's
people are now
huge.
allowed out the door.
No, I think that's pretty.
And it's all well and good
massive.
saying,
And,
oh, it's taken this and it's taken that. But how many actual people have gone to watch it now? The tickets are like $50.
well, it's a lot if it's made 44 million in the weekend.
Yeah, but it might not be. It's not going to be 44 million people have watched it. You know?
No, well, it's more than 44 million though. If you made 44 million in the weekend and then 139 million worldwide.
Okay, so you divide that.
All right,
and it's probably a million people have seen it.
Well, that's a lot of money. And it's had bad reviews.
It might get a terrible review from me next week after I've seen it.
Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh, come on, Dave, you're gonna love it.
Maybe.
You weren't you see, this is the thing, right? You're not a PlayStation boy.
I was. It was only because you lot converted me to the Xbox because you all playing games and I was left out.
So it's my fault.
Yeah. If you're an Xbox, Dave, you could join us.
Let me tell you how bad the reviews are for Uncharted. Right, on Rotten Tomatoes, okay.
Yeah, but don't go by them.
Huh? No, but I'm just giving you an example. The critics have given it a 39%.
And what did the viewers give it?
90%.
Well, there you go. That just says it all, doesn't it? That just tells you how good the critics are. They're like me.
No, I reckon that they've over-reviewed this film. It's about a computer game. It's about treasure hunting. The trailer looks pretty damn good.
It was just a male version of Tomb Raider, wasn't it? That's all it was.
No, I think he could be. I think he's a proper superstar. I think this is him. Audience will go and watch a film with him in it as long as they're excited. And this has got people excited, and it's just.
Is he playing the lead though?
Yeah.
Or is it Mark Wahlberg?
No, he's lead. Mark Wahlberg was actually meant to be playing a character he is when this project first started about 10 years ago, or whatever it was, when they first put this on.
And then Mark Wahlberg got too old.
Yeah.
Okay.
He called it. But no, I reckon Tom Holland's now got box office pull. Remember, there's very few actors that have had that in the past. Will Smith had that. George Clooney almost had that. Who else is there?
Maybe it's because he's the only one that hasn't turned
Harrison Ford.
Fuckwit. Because once they get big, they turn into knobheads.
No.
Or
Tom
drug
Holland
addicts.
Seems like he's got
or alcoholics.
Shoulders. It's not that.
That's what I mean.
It's
so
not that bad.
He seems like a good kid.
Well, I hope so. Like I said, this could be the moment that he becomes a star. He's going to have to choose his next project carefully. Hopefully, he'll do something like.
Well, he can just do something with The Rock or Ryan Reynolds. They seem to be doing everything.
Well, no,
so
I think if he keeps
just join them.
If he keeps us up, hey, and remember, he's Sony's boy as well. He's not Disney's. He's Sony's boy.
So Uncharted was Sony as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it's like at some point I can see Marvel going, "Hey Tom, we got a Star Wars film
coming up. A 9-movie deal for you."
Yeah, we've got a Star Wars coming up, and we need some big box office bucks in there. Do you mind dropping? And like I said, I don't think there's been a star as big as him since Will Smith. If he pulls this off, because Will Smith, remember during the 90s, it was Men in Black. It was huge. It was massive, and it was one of Will Smith's first big movies. So it'd be interesting to see if
Bad Boys was his first big movie.
No, but Bad Boys was big, but Men in Black was huge. I mean, that was a big family outing for him.
For you, Bad Boys was mine.
Always gonna argue with me, aren't you?
I loved Bad Boys. Mike Lowry.
Just all came out wrong. Dave,
Oh,
please tell you like the bad boys.
yeah,
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna
yeah,
do? What you
yeah.
gonna
All right.
do when Dave comes for you? Bad boys, bad boys. Sorry, I'm doing it again.
But
Sorry, I
yeah.
apologize. We're back in the room, ladies and gentlemen, back in the room. So yeah, Tom Holland's rolling up the charts. The film opened with 44 million, a smaller drop than most other big films. So again, it could be a film. It's already made 140 million worldwide. I think it might hit 200 million, 300 million in its entirety.
Let's see what J Lo's film does this weekend, though.
What film is J Lo bringing out this weekend?
I don't know, some love film.
That might do well. Oh, it's Valentine's weekend actually.
No, that was last week.
Yeah, but still, people will be like because of whatchamacallit was last week, Super Bowl. The Loving's probably going to wait till this week for that. This is what happens when you're
Super Bowl
single.
was on Sunday, the 13th.
Yeah, but do you think any man's going to get out the next day and go, let's go for a romantic meal after they got drunk and crashed their car?
I don't think they have a choice. You have to do is you're told to get out of my house.
Not in America, man. They don't do that. There's none of that. Right. So big news for more comic book fans out there. First of all, DC is going to reprint copies of Justice League America versus Avengers to honor George Perez, who was recently diagnosed with terminal cancer. They're going to reprint that comic book series hasn't been in print since it was originally published. I still have copies of it in my books, and that hasn't been put out since it was originally published due to disagreements with Marvel and DC. But to raise money and mark what was one of George Perez's greatest pieces of work, that'll be released in the next couple of months. And I think it's going to be $30 a book. But they're only doing 7,000 copies of it. So unlike the actual Justice League Avengers, which I own, it's probably going to be worth.
We won't be getting over here then.
I'm going to try. If only because it'll be nice to just George Perez has just been such a lovely guy. He's written some of the best comics you've ever read. He's written most of them, and I think I will do my best to try and get hold of a copy. Or any of our American friends, if you can, get me in there, that'd be great. But it's not going to be easy to get hold of one of 7,000 copies, because I know there's a lot more than 7,000 comic book fans out there. And eBay, already the eBay nerds must be like, that. But I do have the originals, so it won't be too bad if I can't. So, next on the list, George R. Martin, him of Game of Thrones, him of that fame. He wrote another book series called Wild Cards, which is about superpowered people, and that's being picked up by Marvel Comics. It's one of those ones where George R. R. Martin, outside of Game of Thrones, hasn't had a huge amount of success. I know Netflix did his show, that space opera drama they had going, that lasted for one season.
Drama.
And everybody's still pissed at him for not making what's her name Queen, which in Game of Thrones, and I don't blame him for not finishing that book. Everybody gave him so much hate for what happens at the end of the TV series, and I know there's a new TV series, War of Dragons, coming from HBO this year.
Wrapped up, isn't it?
So that's a new comic book, huh?
Just wrapped up.
What's wrapped up?
They just
finished filming it. Yeah, it should have finished production by now. It's got quite a meaty cast. Whether or not it can work and pull back the audience in, I don't know. HBO hasn't had audience numbers that big as it did with Game of Thrones since Game of Thrones ended. And a lot of people can't even rewatch a series because they hate how it ended so much. I was fine with the ending. It was a bit rushed, but I was like, well, it makes sense. Why would she, be queen? But apparently it was rushed, and hopefully it won't happen with this one. Huh? Well, she was always going to die. I don't see how there was no happy ending for her.
There's a happy ending for any character. I don't know why someone was always going to die.
Yeah, it was always going to end badly for them. Right. Next up, the new Lord of the Rings, Iron Fist. Iron Fist. Now, we all, I think, out of all the old DC, no, of all the old Marvel shows, right? Which one was your on Netflix? Which one was your least favorite, Dave?
The Defenders.
Okay, outside, and which was your least favorite character?
Quite a few. Maybe all of them. Apart from Matt Murdock.
Your least favorite character, not
You just want me to say Iron Fist. I'm not going to say it. I think.
Why? Okay, David, you gotta learn how this works, my friend.
Out of four people, who is your least favorite?
Why are you being so difficult? Why are you doing this to me? What
Grogu was my least favorite out of all those Marvel characters.
Anyway, he who is Iron Fist turned out to be probably the least popular character out of the lot.
Because he was a wet blanket.
But I don't know. I think I think he was a difficult character in many ways, but he unfortunately I just think he came.
You reckon Andrew Garfield could have pulled it off? Yeah, see, but there you go. Your favourite can't pull it off.
That's a really good idea. I might suggest it to him.
Yeah.
Well, even with Trey, at least Marvel Comics was listening. And I've now replaced Iron Fist in the comic book with an Asian character. So I'm thinking when Iron Fist next appears, he's probably going to be...
His girlfriend was Asian.
True, but that white men and Asian women, that's like, that would seem too much of a thing. That's like, is it really? She broke up with him in the end as well. She's like, no, not.
But she was incredibly hot and he was just the drip.
Well, she got his powers in the end, didn't she?
Yeah. So she could fist herself.
Oh Lord, this show. What show are you on? All right, okay. So my next story, I completely forgot to add this in there. But obviously the trailer for Lord of the Rings dropped last week as well. And a lot of people got very angry very quickly because they put black people in it. Apparently black people don't. I know, but apparently black people don't appear in.
You mentioned this last week.
No, I'm only bringing it up because I got abuse over the past week from people.
Have you been trolling the Lord of the Rings fans?
No, not yet.
Have you been the troll?
I'm thinking. No, I'm just saying.
Have you been the ogre under the bridge? Yeah.
No. I've been the knight crossing the bridge and taking out the trolls. I'm just thinking that we need to start working on a list of the worst fandoms and the best fandoms. Because I think, especially if we're going to Comic-Con this week, I need to get my camera. And I'm going to do some Vox Pops. So if you're down there, say hello. I'm going to do some Vox Pops. But I think we need to start getting a list of the best and worst fandoms. Because I think there are some great fandoms out there. My Little Pony fans, awesome. Absolutely.
They're called bronies.
Brilliant. No, not the bronies. Just the normal fans are great, and then the bronies are rubbish. Arsenal fans are great. I know a lot of Arsenal fans. They're superb. Chelsea fans.
Yeah, it's not. Don't make this political now. Come on. You might not be able to walk down the road now.
No, I'm only joking. No, the Chelsea fans know that. And no, I just think we should make a list of fandoms and start getting together which are the worst, which are the best. So hand out some awards for the best and worst fandoms.
We know who the best and worst are already, didn't you? The worst are always going to be sci-fi.
No.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, but no, specific sci-fi. So
but you'll win the Expanse Award, won't you?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, The Expanse is yet to announce the movies, which I'm sure are coming through, but they've won awards for being the best sci-fi ever again this year. So you can run with that one.
I really want to know who these people are that are voting for these people.
People that love good sci-fi, you
Okay.
underestimate them. Okay, you need to show them the love.
I tried showing them the love. 3 hours of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, no.
If you make the effort. If you make the effort, it shall come to you. It shall blow you away. All right,
Quite
did you watch it?
literally.
I've got no reviews this week. So did you watch anything?
Did I watch anything?
Yeah.
I watched Pammy and Tommy, I think.
How's that?
Yeah.
Is it worth switching on for? Sorry, when I say I've got no reviews, Walking Dead's back.
You didn't watch anything this week, is that what you're saying?
No, I only watched Walking Dead.
And that was it, the whole week.
That's been it. No, sorry. I watched that. You remember the Injustice computer game?
Sort of.
The one where Superman goes bad because Joker kills Lois. And I watched the animated for that.
Okay. So you didn't watch none of the regular TV programs?
Well, there's been nothing like. I haven't had. Honestly, it was show week where I work, so I have hardly had any time. But this week I will make the effort. And like I said, we'll be down Comic Con on Saturday, walking around all day. Hey, me, Dave, and Mike. Woohoo! And
as if he's not working. You know,
he will. Mike will be there. The man, the legend, he will turn up. And that'll be pretty exciting. So yeah, next week we'll be back with more news, more information, and more stories. Why, Dave? Why?
Because we've been to Comic Con.
There you go. And we'll see if we can cause some chaos there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us again. I can't believe how quickly we get through this time sometimes, but we do it. We rock up, we roll up, we do the job. Why? Because we're the boys from Bossk. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. Remember,
we have no script. I don't know how we do
it. Tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your daughters, tell your aunties, tell your uncles about the boys from Bossk, because we're coming for you. And we'll join you again next week for the new episode. My name's CJ.
Okay, bye, CJ.
I still got to train you. And his name is Dave. This was the boys from Bossk. Ladies and gentlemen, have a nice night.
Recording has stopped.
We're still broadcasting.
Oh, are we?
Well, yeah, it was just there.
Why is it still saying live?
Because somebody thinks we're sexy. Oh, because it's too like because people are still watching. So
no one's watching.
They are. I'm telling you right now, there are people watching you gabber on like a mad gibbon, and me going around like a bare ass baboon. They are watching us. They love us. But the recorded show has ended. And like I said, if you've got any questions or you need any answers, please let us know. We'll be down at Comic Con on Olympia. Olympia on Saturday. Alexa, shut up.
Does it make you sad? Finding problem. Integration of cognitive care.
Man, you got some fucking whack shit. Yeah.
Radiation therapy.
Alexa, stop.
Radiation therapy. What do you need radiation therapy for?
I don't know. She was just going off on one. I need to change her name. I think she gets confused.
Nagging bitch.
No, she doesn't nag me. She merely wishes to comfort me. That is all. All right. I hope you enjoyed the episode, ladies and gents. I guess we better get going. We'll be back next Monday with more. Hopefully, the mic, the biggest Micus will be here, and we'll be back with some proper reviews. I swear to God, I'll be watching so much stuff this week. You'll be like, oh, Curtis, do you ever get out from in front of your screen? And I'll be like, yes, I do. Why? Because I have to exercise. And we'll be like,
well, I didn't watch anything. Had to go and party.
Yay! Dave likes to party. I can tell that's why you're smiling so much. But either which way, ladies and gents, have a lovely night.